Mr. Clark, you asserted a number of times attorney-client privilege. For whom were you the attorney?
For President Trump, the head of the executive branch, the sole head, the unitary head of Article 2, the executive branch of the United States government.
So throughout this whole process, that was your client.
I think that you
Use the mic.
it takes a second to turn on. So I don't want to have it on all the time because then I'll have a hot mic when it takes 2 seconds. I apologize. So with all due respect, Madam Committee Woman, I would respectfully request my client to invoke questions about the basis for attorney-client privilege because those answers would implicate the Fifth Amendment as well. So respectfully, I would ask him to invoke a response to Madam Chairwoman's questions. Thank you.
So if there was a question, I apologize if you could restate it.
The question was, throughout the times that you responded to Mr. Fox with regard to attorney-client privilege, the president was your client.
So I've provided an answer in this area, but I agree with my counsel that as to any inquiry as to how the privilege was formed, et cetera,
Didn't ask them.
well, then maybe if you could restate the question the third time, I'm sorry.
Throughout the times that you responded with attorney-client privilege to Mr. Fox, was Mr. Trump your client?
So I would respond to that by invoking the same grouping of privileges. With all due respect, the Fifth Amendment at this time, the executive privilege, law enforcement privilege, deliberative process privilege, and the attorney-client privilege.
I don't have anything else.
Mr. Burnham, I'm thinking for a moment, not about questioning the witness. All right. Mr. Clark, I just wanted to advise you. One of my concerns in you having arguments with Mr. Fox is exactly what just came up. That if you express opinions about how these privileges work or how they're invoked or whether they're appropriately invoked or not invoked, you run a risk of waiving the exact privilege you just tried to assert. I'm willing to, to leave it at that, and but that is a concern that I want to advise you of in case it comes up at other points in this proceeding. Okay.
I have heard your view on that, Chair Hirsch.
Okay. I mean, I'm not positive the answer is not my view, but so far as a risk, when you assert a privilege and then you say, well, here's why the privilege is right, and someone says, well, is this your understanding about it? There's a difficulty in figuring out what the line is between the waiver of the assertion and the part that you want to make argument. And so I think it is safer to stay clear of that to keep our record clear on what your position is.